Stench is trying to track down the woolly mammal that we're trying to find in Maryland.
Woolly mammal?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a mammal or what do they call it? Woolly
Mammoth.
Right. I'm like, I know it starts with an M.
But it'll definitely be a mammal.
Who knows? Might be an amphibian.
What street was it on?
Waterway. Stench, so if you can give me those numbers, I'd certainly appreciate it. There's lots of
Because it's a wild boar, pig,
They don't know what it is.
dog, hyena, aardvark.
It's just caught on tape. It looks really weird. It kind of looks like one of those miniature ponies, but only scary looking.
Yeah, because did anybody see just running down the street screaming eek over a Shetland?
What I was trying to give you is the dimensions, not necessarily the look.
Holy Shetland!
You know what I mean? Like the dimensions of it, the height and the width and okay.
I like the aardvark wolf thing.
But with
You got me getting chased down the street by a clown.
But with the height of a Shetland. You got it now?
Oh, yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
I'm just giving you the dimensional something of it.
Right, but you cannot describe a monster by giving us the dimensions of something adorable.
Hey, you know what? They're not always adorable. I've seen them go awry.
Do you remember during the giant anthrax scare? Do you remember what happened with the band Anthrax?
They changed their name,
They
right?
couldn't ship their luggage because all their stuff said anthrax on it, so they changed their name to Basket Full of Puppies.
Yeah, that's a bummer. By the way, they pulled over some guy. Not a Chinese man, but an actual human being.
What?
Some guy.
Oh.
And they pulled him over, and they found all kinds of plans in his car. This just happened, and I thought, fit here since you were doing the anthrax thing. They found all kinds of plans in his car for San Diego for trains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he has information. I guess he's an Arab or whatever.
Right.
And he has information about all these different plans that they had to do stuff to San Diego trains.
I'm taking the train to San Diego.
Might want to walk.
Nope. I don't believe any of that stuff's ever going to happen to me.
Actually, it's good news, though, that they pulled him over.
Yeah, I pulled him over.
Yeah. Do you happen to have any of the woolly mammoth?
I'm not going to get West Nile virus. I'm not going to be killed by terrorists. None of that stuff's ever. I'm not going to be struck by lightning. None of that stuff.
All right.
I got a couple numbers there in that town.
Yeah.
Of Glendon, Maryland.
I hear a butt coming on.
No, well, I figured if you need information that's really to the point and accurate in a town, where do you go? The Chinese restaurant. They always know. And they're always there. They always answer.
Okay, so there's some kind of...
We are calling some guy.
Yeah, there is some kind of woolly mammoth in Maryland.
What was his stench?
It's a aardvark hyena coyote pig thing.
Right, with the dimensions of a Shetland pony.
Right.
Yeah. Crossbred thing.
Right. And what are they calling it? Anything?
Steve.
No, they're just calling it the mystery animal. I'll bring you pictures of it in a second.
Okay.
All right.
These guys will answer because they're the only one I called. The other one's just a shot in the dark.
Can I help you?
Hi, how are you? It's Jamie and Danny, and we're live in Los Angeles. How are things there?
Excuse me?
We're wondering if you heard about that big, scary animal that's loose.
It's in a restaurant.
I know.
Right, and we were wondering, have you heard about the Kung Pao animal?
No.
No, the big, scary animal
No.
that's loose?
I don't know.
The Szechuan animal?
No.
What's up, mommy people? How?
Excuse me?
I thought I was saying, is that meat fresh?
You haven't heard anything in the news about a big animal?
No.
No. You sure? Will you ask somebody around you?
No.
Why?
Okay.
Okay.
Shay Shay, how's that?
Shimmy, shimmy. Cocoa Puff, shimmy,
I'm
shimmy.
sure I said thank you. Maybe I didn't ask about the fresh meat.
Well, I think you were doing Japanese.
No.
You're doing Chinese?
No, I speak Japanese. That stuff I just heard.
Look at these. All right.
So, can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
It's bad because I shouldn't shine a spotlight on this.
Uh-huh.
But if you had to ask our boss which he enjoyed more, mariachis off the street or random Chinese restaurants in Cheyenne,
He is a huge fan of the random restaurant. And by the way, it's not in Cheyenne, I'll take, is it?
No, this
What was in
Maryland.
Cheyenne? Oh, that's right.
No.
Cheyenne is
What the hell you doing?
Oh, the guy got
Yeah.
roped in Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's a different segment of the show, Danny. You're 12 steps ahead of us.
Oh, I'm on a 12-step program.
All right, this is... hi, how are you? It's Jamie and Danny, and you're live on the radio in Los Angeles. How are things?
Pretty good.
Hey, we're calling you to find out about... Have you heard about that animal, that big scary animal that's loose in your town?
It's about the size of a Shetland.
It's like a... What's that? Like a pig, a wild boar? Have you heard anything about it?
Yes.
What about it? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I am at work right now.
Well, could you just real quick tell us a little bit
Have
about
you
it?
seen it?
I never seen it.
What'd you hear?
Is that the one that I have been announcing on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they say about it?
Yeah, we're in Los Angeles. We haven't seen it, and we really want to know.
Is this a crown fall?
No, this is a radio station in Los Angeles.
Oh. But they say that looks like a fox.
A fox?
Yeah. They also say that looks like a small ass, you know.
An ox?
Yeah.
A small ox?
Yeah. But it looks like a dog, really, with a long nose.
So like an aardvark?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe it is an aardvark, you think?
Oh, I don't know. I never saw the animal.
What's everybody in town saying about it?
Nothing. They say that just leave it alone because doesn't look like it's dangerous.
Yeah, but isn't it weird that they don't know what the heck it is?
Mm-hmm.
What's your theory?
Oh, I don't know.
You
it
have...
can be a cross of anything, you know. A dog with a
Long nose.
fox or something. It has a long nose, yeah.
So you think like a dog and an aardvark got together?
Maybe.
Very nice.
Made a dark?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you go?
No. All right. Well, thank you so much you have been very informative. We've learned a lot today.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that story got all the way to Los Angeles to be nothing. Oh, it looks like a dog. All right, thanks.
No, we're cutting edge. That was cutting edge. This is just released. We hit it before Sam Rubin or anybody else did.
Yeah, but now Sam Rubin's listening to us, and he's going to go, apparently there's a dog in Maryland.
No, but I mean, it's not as, I mean, it's crazy. I just realized I left the dumbest message for someone just now. Did you?
I heard some of it.
Right. Well, it's that John Juan. He called me and he said, call me back. Well, I leave him a message. Swear to God, I would call you back, but I don't have your phone number. So call me and leave me your phone number.
But you called him.
Right. So he's going to go, how the hell? I hit reply because
Right.
I don't have his number. It
No, you
says,
know what?
It says to reply. It's on my cell phone.
Hit 8 and then hit 1, right?
Right.
I've called lots of people whose numbers I don't know.
Right,
And
but it's going to sound like I'm retarded.
I don't think so, because I used to flip out when my cell phone would cut off. And I think everybody thinks I'm rude and mean and just hung up on them. But then it gets to be so routine that everybody knows your cell phone cut out. Hitting reply is so routine, he's going to know what you did.
Are you sure? Because yeah, just calling you back. I don't have your phone number to call you back. Huh?
Okay. Jack, has it happened enough to you that you would understand that, or would you think she's retarded?
I would think it was weird.
Stench?
Hard.
All right, now I got to call him
Okay.
back to explain. Listen, I know I said I didn't have your number, but I hit reply. Oh, it's going to get too wordy.
It is.
I'm never going to date him again.
Well, I just had something horrible like this happen. Oh, I know what it was.
What?
I made a joke to somebody on the phone and then handed the phone to Gretchen. And when she got off the phone, she said, I think that guy was really offended. And I said, what do I do? Do I call him back or do I ignore it? And she said, I don't know what to do. And I absolutely, you know me.
Yeah.
I said, don't send me over the edge. You have to tell me what to do. And she said, I just ignore it. So then I immediately called the guy back.
And then over-explain her.
He didn't
Yeah.
know what I was talking
I
about.
know, I hate
He
that
like
one,
went,
too.
what? I'm not really sure what you're talking
I've
about.
apologized for stuff that somebody didn't know I did.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I hate
he was going,
that.
what the hell are you talking about?
All right, we're going to talk about the Democratic National Convention, but first we were talking about that woolly animal that's in Maryland. There's an adorable little person named Mac who
I don't know.
apparently has a theory about what this animal is.
There it is. Hang on.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, Jamie. Hey, Danny. How are you?
You don't sound four.
No, they told me to talk to you first, and then give you to my son. He's standing right here.
Was he listening to the radio or something, or you told?
Yeah, he likes to listen to you in the car
boy.
with me when we're driving to
We're
his
number
preschool.
one with 4-year-olds.
You are huge with 4-year-olds.
Yep.
He thinks Danny rocks. His favorite thing is when Danny wanted to put meat in a wetsuit and go swimming, fishing for that shark.
And by the way, I swam with sharks in the Bahamas.
You should open up a daycare.
And was told that they're not insured for people like me.
Oh, that's so funny. Hold on. He wants the phone.
Okay,
Here
but
he
make
is.
sure you don't turn up your radio, okay?
No, I'm not in the car anymore.
Okay,
Hang on.
all right.
Here you go. There's Jamie and Dan. Say hi, Jamie. Hi, Danny.
Hi,
Hi.
Mac. How are you? How old are you?
4.
You're 4? Wow, you're very smart for 4. You're well spoken.
Want to go swim with sharks with me?
No.
Nope.
Okay, he is
All right.
smart.
Yay.
Okay, Mac. What do you think about that animal?
I know what it is already.
What?
Dogzilla.
It's Dogzilla?
Hey, Mom, going for dog park. Pet lizard, pet dog, pet fox, part ox. That's it.
Okay.
That's what Dogzilla is.
Is there any chance we should have hit the dump button?
I know. Or some of those cuss words?
I don't think so. I don't know.
There was a midget in there, too, I think. Okay, bye, Mac.
Bye.
7.
Okay, moving away from camping and wild animals.
And the dangerous desert dog the size of a Shetland?
Yeah, we will talk about instead what everybody is talking about, and that's obviously the Democratic National Convention. First of all, old Ted Kennedy. He spoke last night. And, God, everybody loves him still, even though he, what's that? Chappaquiddy,
Do you know what his dog's name is?
What was it? Mary Jo. No, I don't.
Ted Kennedy's dog's name is Splash.
It's just as bad.
Would you name, if you drown some lady, would you name your dog Splash?
Wasn't her name Mary Jo or something? Wasn't it like that?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Floater.
No, that sounds like a turd.
You're an insensitive pig.
Thank you.
I meant a curd. Did I say? I meant like one of those. Anyway, here's the thing. That is not nice. No, Splash is not good. And you'd think that he'd want to leave that portion of his life.
Yeah, you'd think so. You know what it probably is? That friggin' dog won't die. He thought it was funny, because he was geese.
Right.
And now the dog's still there and he can't change his name because everybody knows.
I hadn't heard that because it seemed like everybody would be very upset about that.
It's years and years and years ago when he did it.
Oh my God.
I just read it.
Anyway, so everybody still loves that man. And here's what he had to say last night at the National Convention.
Today we say the only thing we have to fear is 4 more years of George Bush. If each of us cared about the public interest, we wouldn't have had the excesses of Enron. We wouldn't have had the abuses of Halliburton. And Vice President Cheney would be retired to an undisclosed location.
Wow.
He's angry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he have the bulbous nose yet? I didn't get to see him, but does he have
He's got the bulbous everything. He's Brando fat.
Yeah.
No. But alcoholism causes that a bulbous nose.
Not always.
What? But
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
That's why they're called gym blossoms.
So I was wondering if he had that yet.
I think maybe.
Yeah. All right, because that's a key indicator. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, it's a little nasty. There, Ted.
Yeah, Ted. Angry Ted.
Calm down.
Angry Ted. Also, they had some little girl, and she spoke as well. And so she's upset because I guess, remember a long time ago, Cheney cussed. I forgot what the hell he
Said
said.
F you to a Democratic senator.
Well,
Yeah.
he owned that
I
one.
liked
He did?
it. Yeah, and fed I did.
Wow. All right, so here's what this little girl had to say last night.
When our vice president had a disagreement with a Democratic senator, he used a really bad word. If I said that word, I would be put in a timeout. I think he should be put in a timeout.
Little brainwashed kid.
I know. That's all I could think. That's the new pageant
That's
daughter.
why I'm voting for Sung Young Moon.
Yes.
Really? Is that the new pageant kid
is.
now?
Yeah.
I do that to my kid, though.
What?
My kid can spit political crap at you like crazy.
Just because they
My
don't know
kid
what they're
can just-
saying.
He's into politics.
My kid can just
but it's
spit
what
at
I
you.
say.
Oh my God. And then before we get to Teresa Carey, so Jack, if you go to number 4, Ron Reagan Jr., which he's a Republican, right?
Not necessarily. He's
Or an
just
independent?
He's just the son of the world's most famous Republican.
So it was really odd to me to hear that he talked to the Democratic National Convention, being the son of the world's biggest and best Republican.
Yeah.
But he is pushing for, and I agree with, stem cell research. There's a problem because I guess some of them come from embryos.
Bush is against it.
Well, a lot of people are against it because it comes from embryos.
Yeah.
And the problem also is that you can get them from cadavers when they're fresh.
Right. So there's going to be a huge rash of killing people and taking their stem cells.
Well, it's the babies that they
yeah,
want.
aborting fetuses is what they're concerned about.
So, like, pay and, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to say something, and I decided, wow. So, he is
If you
forced...
could have only thought of that after Floater.
Shut up, Dan.
Don't shine a spotlight. Move along.
Look at me go.
Anyway, so stem cell research is the big push for the Democrats are for it, I guess, right? The Republicans aren't?
Yeah.
And we know that it's got, diabetics, they say that they implant them and something cool happens.
But also say that they believe that the cure for AIDS may be involved in stem cell research.
And the biggest one of all, of course, for our buddy Ron is Alzheimer's, because his father apparently died from it. Not apparently, did. And so here's what he has to say.
We can choose between the future and the past, between reason and ignorance, between true compassion and mere ideology. This is our moment, and we must not falter.
Little traitor.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he went over there.
His brother, though, already spoke out against him and said, and then Nancy put the okay on it. Like, I don't think he would have done it if Nancy would have said, no, I don't want you to do it. Nancy approved it because she's passionate about stem cell. And then Michael Reagan went on a talk radio thing yesterday and said, well, Nancy only approved it because he's her favorite.
Well, that's because he's a stepkid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're fighting.
But I already saw, when I was watching the funeral, or whatever you call it, the memorial service, old Nance didn't give Mike a big hug.
No, and did you see the eulogies when the kids did them?
Everybody liked Ron and the other, Patty.
Yeah. I thought Michael's was great.
I thought it was great, too.
Yeah,
I thought
great.
Patty had come around a lot because I hated Patty for a while.
No, she did. They all did a great job, but I thought Michael's was the most moving and the most about family and love. And,
he was adopted. It was great.
And that he never felt unloved. And I thought, pfft, that Nance, that Nance is all bitchy. I can't believe we have to have this Michael in our house. We have 2 kids of our own. Ugh.
Is that what you think she said?
Oh, yeah. She's like, you have to go over there again this Sunday? You should have never adopted that bitch.
Wow. But you were right about one thing. She's aged 100 years.
I know.
She looks so frail on the USS Ronald Reagan on the aircraft carrier. She looked 20 years older than she did at his funeral.
Yeah, which is surprising because it would seem like it would age you so much to take care of somebody that was dying for so long.
Right. But I think when your life partner goes, you just go.
Or it might be she's 83 or something.
Well, I could do it too.
Yeah. I don't know how many creams they make for that. Anti-sagging. At 82, do you bother anymore?
I would certainly hope not.
I mean, I don't know if I want to, the firming cream and the Neutrogena face wash and all that stuff at 82. I'll be like, forget it. Sandblast the sucker.
You look like Joan Rivers.
Yeah, at 83, I just want liquor and cigarettes.
Well, we all have goals.
Yeah,
Yep.
you mentioned that yesterday when I said my retirement plan is to get Brando fat and relapse.
I'm just thinking maybe you might want to strive for something bigger and better.
Well, I want to do it all
cigarettes
first.
and alcohol.
I want to do it all first. Be successful and great fat. I'll have grandchildren when I do this. But then at that point, I'm going.
Why is Grandpa drunk again?
Because that's what Grandpa does, honey.
Anyway.
It's like when you have a grandfather who involuntarily flatulates. You just say, well, that's a problem Grandpa has. When I have grandchildren and I decide to relapse and start chain smoking again.
Is there something we don't know about your family?
No.
The grandpa that flashlights.
No.
We haven't heard about old farty pants.
Okay, when Uncle Charles. And the kids go, why does Uncle Charles do
Well,
that?
no.
You just go, because that's what's wrong with Uncle Charles.
Why
That's
does-
why he sends baloney.
Why does he mail us bologna sandwiches?
And you say, well, Grandpa's all effed up.
We say because Uncle Charles had a stroke and now he's nuts.
Right. So, in 20 or 30 years, when I relapse and get Brando fat, because that's my goal,
Right?
they'll just go, well, that's what happened. And now I may mail baloney just so I can be part of this.
I still don't know why he mails bologna sandwiches to us. He wants to tell us that the food is bad at the
You
nursing
just
home.
don't understand Uncle Charles like I do.
Anyway, when we come back, hey, does that Teresa Hines, Carrie Hines, whatever the hell her name is, does she have some kind of weird-ass accent?
Yes.
Where's she from?
South Africa.
I don't like it.
She was born in South Africa.
But why does she say her name Teresa?
Yeah, like she's
Because they sound Dutch
all
and stuff.
Puerto Rican and crap.
She was born in South Africa. God knows what her parents were.
You are listening to one of the most informed radio stations in Los Angeles.
I just
by the
don't
way.
like her.
So what are those Democrats for?
I don't like her
Not really
accent.
sure.
Not that I'm against accents, because a lot of times they can sound beautiful, but hers is, I don't know, it's not quite an accent. It's like,
It's I'm rich accent.
yeah, it's like, all right, we're going to wrap up the Democratic National Convention conversation, the NDCC.
Nice.
See, Jack, I added that C for conversation. Right. Okay. Anyway, so here's the deal. Teresa Carey last night spoke. I was really hoping that she would throw something funny in about Shove It.
I was guessing she wouldn't because it's so obvious.
I just thought it'd be really cute for her to show she's not a big old bitch and that she has a sense of humor and can make fun of herself. But instead, she stuck solely to the prompter and to the thing that had been written for her or with her or whatever. She is pushing the women like we're all about chicks. She's kind of doing that Hillary Clinton thing, I think. Like,
See, I was going with girl power and the Spice Girls.
yeah, she's doing that on a different level, right? But her accent, as we were talking before,
She'd be ketchup spice.
kind of nice.
Thank you.
Kind of reminds me of Lovey, or whatever her name is, Lovey,
Right.
and yeah, because I just look at her and I think, well, your life and my life are
Yeah.
completely different.
You
because,
never worked a day in your life. You don't know nothing.
Yeah, because you had billions, and when her and Hillary are saying we need after school programs to help our working mothers, I'm thinking, you guys have had nannies and nannies that help the nannies.
Right.
And the nanny that helped that nanny, and then French teachers that come in after school.
My neighbor has 3 nannies.
Tonight on UPN.
My 3 nannies.
So that's the only thing that bugs me is that
And they're hot.
They can't really talk to me like they know me
Right.
because they have never lived, they have no idea what it's like to cut out a coupon. They have no idea.
George Bush Sr. had never seen a scanner. Remember when he went to the market?
Yeah, right. That really, anyway.
George Maloof thinks a bottle of Pepsi costs $600.
I don't remember that. But we're not getting him to represent our, good country.
Right.
I remember he thought that the Home Depot sold clothes. Yeah, well, but we're not electing him to run our country, and so not the common man. Anyway, so here is Teresa Carey.
It is time for the world to hear women's voices in full and at last.
So shove it.
Did she say you fool?
In fool.
She was
In
like
fool.
Mr. T for a second, too.
I pity the fool that doesn't vote for my husband.
Okay, so I want you to listen to it again and think about this. I want you to think about Mr. T and then Lovey put together in one.
Okay.
It is time for the world to hear women's voices
When?
in full and at last.
She's very dramatic.
There she is.
She's just so breathy and just so
South African.
like this, just drama.
I can't believe I'm at this convention.
And what?
You told me to break in when there's Aaron Carter news, and there's Aaron Carter live on the set right now.
Okay, quick.
I did
Live
tell
Aaron Carter.
But you are today filming a concert, is that correct?
We are filming a concert today.
And the public can attend this.
God, I did tell
The
him.
public can attend it, yeah.
So what do they have to do?
What do they have to do?
Why is he repeating everything?
I'm a little delirious right now still. No way.
I will tell you what they have to do.
Todd,
If you would like to be part of Popstar filming today, go to the Madrid Theater,
Where's
which
that?
is on Sherman Way in Canoga Park, 21622.
I'll do a crowd scene. It's up the street from my house.
Madrid Theater on Sherman Way in Canoga Park. If you want to be part of it's an open set for this one, you're welcome to come to Popstar.
Come and check it out. It's fun.
In the movie, then, Aaron, this is a...
All right.
Wait.
What?
Very cool. Hey,
He's
good to see you,
drunk.
Aaron. Thank you. Good luck with the movie.
Lose my digits, Aaron? Call me.
Good day, peace.
Aaron, call me.
Yeah.
Is he
He's
gay?
a drunk little 16-year-old freak. And Roseanne Barr is vile.
And by the way, in Justin Jack's defense, if anybody was upset about that little part that Jack interrupted with Aaron Carter, he's just following what the morning show asked, and the morning show said, Jack, if there's ever any breaking Aaron Carter news, you interrupt whatever the hell it is we're talking about.
Because otherwise, this show has been planned almost precisely in the minute. We ran a little long on one thing that we're talking about. I didn't know you were going to play Teresa twice.
Yeah,
According to the prep that I've got, you were just going to play it the one time. So we're like 30, 40 seconds off.
Right.
But we did break into the incredibly well-planned show with any Aaron Carter news.
All right. So real quick, Jack, we're going to run like a second late because I just wanted to at least get in one Saddam Hussein poem.
Oh, nice.
Oh, a Saddam poem?
Now, as you know, Saddam Hussein is incarcerated. He has been writing poetry. He's also been attending to a bush, and not the bush, but like a little twig. And Stench has been so kind as to dig up one of the poems that Saddam Hussein has actually written. Would you like some music?
No, it's good. Some of it may have been lost in the translation from Arabic to English.
Okay.
So just
All right,
know
so
that coming in.
You don't want any background or anything?
No. Oh, do you have any Kumbaya Saddam type music?
No, I don't think so, but go ahead.
Ready? I sit here in jail, awaiting trial. I look out the window, can't help but smile. My spirits are high, it's good to be me, president of Iraq, that soon will be free. In case you don't know, my ass is walking, because like the juice, I got Johnny Cochran. He's going free. Who would have thunk it? That is a great poem.
Can you try to sound like him?
No! I cannot!
Come on.
I have no idea how to do that accent.
Come on, just try. Because he said, I will write these, or I will find these poems for you, but please do not make me sound like him. I go, oh, no problem, I won't. Come on.
I end up doing an Indian guy.
Yeah.
People be mad.
Come on, just try one or two lines.
I don't know how. I can't do it. I'd come closer to doing Teresa Hines Carey.
All right, so just so you know, Dan, 2 more are still to come.
Maybe 3.
Really? Are you thinking of one? You must.
Not that I'm thinking of one, but I've got email.
All right, so here's the deal. When we come back, we're going to have Harvey Levin from Celebrity Justice. He's going to give us the breakdown on the Kobe Bryant thing, also the Michael Jackson thing, also the Courtney Love thing. My God, lots of people
Awesome. This guy better know stuff. Just talk on the microphone.
What?
Let's do our show. Everything's fine. Just hit your mic.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Well, you know what? Jack did the Jack show yesterday for us.
Well, it's not.
It's not a song break, Jack.
And then we were like waiting for the song to kick in. It was going dun 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 dun.
And I went here. I'll do that.
And then it kept going dun 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 dun.
So I turned to Jamie and I said, "Well, it's not a song break. Is this a really long intro, or should we start talking now?"
I was on Tuesday.
I know. No, but it was just so funny because we were waiting. We were like, dun, 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 dun. And then it kept going. And then I'm showing Danny my blister from my hooker shoes. And he's like,
But I'd already noticed. So I was pretending to have interest in her blister.
He did. He
while
goes,
thinking,
bummer.
We should probably talk now.
Yeah, and then I ran over there, Jack, like a spaz, and I pushed all the buttons. And then Danny reminded me we have buttons over here.
Yeah,
I just wanted to show you what it was like yesterday when no one was here when I was here.
Fair enough.
Wow, that was cool. All right, let's get to Gilbert real fast before we get to a superstar, Harvey Levin. Gilbert.
Yes.
We hear you're doing some eyewitness reporting. Hey, Jack, if you can give me some eyewitness news type sounder.
Yeah, they have the freeway shut down. Like all the police officers are closing down all the off ramps.
Where?
Over in the 60, and they have the 15 completely shut down. Like people are running back to their cars because they're finally letting traffic through. It was pretty crazy.
What happened?
I don't know. I just got on the freeway heading to work on the 60 going west, and I went on the 15 going to Barstow, and the 15's completely shut down. They have cop cars like on every on-ramp stopping traffic before they get on the freeway to let the cop cars go through first. And I saw like a...
maybe Cheney was leaving. No, that wasn't it. He was in Riverside.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. It's pretty crazy, but the 15 is completely backed up.
Are you sure?
We can't find it on the news.
We can't find it on the news. Hold on. Can you
Chris
see if
Hughes?
Chris Hughes is there? He might not be.
Chris Hughes?
Bastard's not there. He's never there when we need him.
No, his
Usually we
name
don't
is-
need him.
His name's Dusty Rhodes on some country station
I
at this time.
know. Anyway, all right. Well, so that sounds weird to me because we don't see anything. We're flipping through all the channels and we don't see anything about it. You swear?
It's freaking crazy. I can't believe it.
Because we can't find anything about that.
Nope, Jack's whipping through the channels like a guy whipping through the channels.
Yeah, like my ex-husband, which it drives me nuts because that was the channel I wanted to watch.
I don't know what's going on, but there's just a ton of police officers all over the place. They pulled me over on the freeway and said, "Sir, you're going to have to just wait here for a little bit." So we ended up having to pull over and wait until the cop cars.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on, Stench looks like he's reporting.
No, I think you were right. I think it's Dick Cheney's leaving because he was here.
I know,
Vice
but he was in
President.
Riverside.
Where was this? Is out off the
Well,
15
60.
or 60?
Mm-hmm.
Way out by the 15, though, right?
Yeah.
Which would mean he's heading out there. Isn't there an Air Force Base out there somewhere?
You're just
'Cause he
making crap
wouldn't be
up
going-
again.
No, but that sounded right because it would be all over the news if they had a high-speed chase.
Wouldn't they have it all over the news following his motorcade?
No,
He's
because they can't
Cheney,
do
the
that.
vice
And it's
president.
also
I know, they
security.
still care, and it's right now it's a big time.
I wonder
in
what
politics.
Harvey Levin thinks about all this.
Well, first let me see if Chris Hughes is there one more time, and then we'll ask Chris Hughes.
Chris?
That other chick would have been there for us.
Yeah, she's better.
Crystal Meth or whatever her name was.
Ginger Chan.
Yeah, Ginger Chan.
Crystal Meth?
I couldn't remember her name.
I don't think that's her name.
Chandelier.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome if we had a traffic girl named Crystal Meth.
And she did like 7 minutes of reporting in 60 seconds. The traffic on the 16th, 4 or 5 looks real bad.
Oh my God. Okay. In the meantime, as
Let's
promised.
change Chris Hughes' name to Crystal Meth.
Who?
Chris Hughes will change his name to Crystal Meth.
He won't like that. He's all professional. He thinks he's a real traffic reporter. He's like,
No, he doesn't.
Oh my God, you have no idea how much he's into that job. Hey, Chris.
Toll Meth.
Is there something going on that we should know about?
Where? There's like 700 miles of freeways. What's going on?
There's a guy saying where?
The 60 near the 15, there was a police chase.
Yes.
What happened?
There was. I don't know what happened because they're not telling us, but there was a big backup there.
Okay, could you sound more bitchy?
I'm sorry. Excuse me. You're all making fun of me, and then I'm all sitting here.
Okay, wait. Now, what happened?
I'm all punching you in the face.
What happened? There's a police chase?
There was police chase, yes. But
Where?
It's over now. The 15 and the 60, and then there's a huge backup because everyone's
Why
looking
are
at
you talking to me like I'm an idiot?
I'm sorry, because I don't know. You're not an idiot. I'm an idiot. Look.
Wow,
we
you're a
got-
spineless weasel.
I just got here, okay? I got here. I hear you're making fun of me. And
We
then I get
weren't
on-
making fun of you.
fun of
I
you.
wanted to change your name to Crystal Meth.
Well, that's
And
pretty cool.
Jamie said you'd never do it because you're such a pro.
Yeah.
And then you attacked her.
Yeah.
Well, she was making it sound like it was a bad thing that I was professional.
I said it was a good thing or something.
Yeah. I'll pull the logger. Yeah.
You what?
I'll pull the logger tape.
Oh.
And I'll find out what you were
I thought
saying about
it
me.
was like a sexual thing. You were pulling a logger.
No.
Never pulled a logger?
No.
Wow. That's not what I heard.
That's what you'd like me to, huh?
Okay, we'll
That's
talk
the
to you
rumor.
about 2 minutes. Bye.
All right, I'll find out more.
Wow.
Hey.
You know, there's some people that just don't gel.
That's why he's in that other room.
Right.
Hey, Gilbert, you were right. Thank you for the information.
Not a problem.
You-
Thanks a lot.
you
You guys
rock.
rock, man. I love you guys.
All right. Thank you, Gilbert. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Gilbert live at the scene of the breaking news that Chris didn't
Doesn't know about it.
All right, so now we have about 40 seconds for our friend Harvey Levin to get through Courtney Love,
Everybody
Michael
can
Jackson,
get to Courtney Love in 40 seconds.
and Kobe Bryant. Let's wish him good luck.
Ready, go.
Go ahead, Harvey.
From Celebrity Justice.
Let me tell you about Michael Jackson. Hi, guys.
Hi. All right, so what is in fact going on with this Michael Jackson thing? Some kind of scandal.
Well, we've been talking about this. In fact, we talked about it on your show a couple of times. This whole case is not just about an allegation that Michael Jackson molested the boy. What the prosecution is going to try and prove is that this was a vast, it sounds like Hillary Clinton, a vast right-wing conspiracy where Michael Jackson and his soldiers essentially took a family, got rid of their apartment, got rid of their possessions, made sure they had no money, moved them into Neverland, took advantage of the boy.
Videotaped him.
Well, took advantage of the boy, videotaped him so the boy would say nothing happened. And then the ultimate plan was to take him down to Brazil, set him up in a condominium, never to be heard from again. And that's what they're going to try and show, that Jackson had this kind of consciousness of guilt, knowing that if this family stayed around long enough, they might talk. So it was to keep him under wraps and get rid of him.
So difficult to pull off.
Is anybody going to believe that story?
Well, Danny, let me tell you something. Here's the most fascinating part. This family thought Jackson was taking him on a vacation for 3 weeks down to Brazil. We got hold of the plane reservations, and in fact, the reservations show that they were going to leave on March 1st, but guess when they were coming back?
When?
March 4th. So what the prosecution is saying is this was a fly and dump, and basically what they were going to do is they had already found a condominium for them, and the prosecution is going to say, look, they were going to take
dump.
Yeah, you take them down and you say, look, if you want to come back to L.A., you're going to be homeless with no money, or you can stay in this condominium that Michael Jackson bought for you, and we'll give you a stipend.
Wow, because you know what? Not until you just told me that part would I have ever believed it. Until you told me about the fly and dump.
It's crazy. I mean, but you know what? These plane reservations exist. There were 8 people booked on this flight, and 4 of them are these alleged co-conspirators.
And when were the reservations made?
The reservations were made in February, which is right around the time.
But couldn't they been made by the prosecution?
No.
No. They were made. They were made February
I
of
can
last
call
year.
and say I'm Danny Bonaducci and make reservations.
But I know you can. You have. To really bad places.
It was before any of these allegations surfaced. It was February of last year.
Okay, but when was the flight planned? When were they going to leave?
March 1st.
And when were they going to come back?
March 4th.
And you find it suspicious that a
Brazil.
guy with the money
Brazil.
of Michael Jackson wanted to do dinner in Brazil.
Yes.
Well, no.
I know guys that have eaten dinner in Paris.
Well, no. Danny, you're right, except here's the problem with it. The family was told it was going to be a 3-week vacation.
That's a problem there.
Yeah, it's a problem.
They packed for 3 weeks, not 2 days.
Well, no, and you know what's really funny is that the Jackson's people, they're saying, look, we drove them around Beverly Hills. We took them to Rite Aid for suntan lotion. We took them and we bought bikinis.
They didn't have any at the Neverland Ranch. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know that the defense, we bought the kid oil. We're going to rub some lotion on the kid.
Like at Neverland, they have everything.
Right. If you've got a Ferris wheel in your front yard, you've got some sunscreen.
All right, Harvey, hold on a minute because we want. It's my Jillian look. Actually, it was a compliment because I said, Jack, you didn't even notice I have a huge hairpiece on. The longest hair ever.
Right.
And he said, I thought you just undid your braid. Oh, that's right.
That's not a compliment.
Yeah.
It means Jack doesn't even look at you. If I'd have walked in the room and you'd had a pony on your head, it couldn't be more different than 5 seconds ago.
I know, but it means that he just thought that my braid was so tight that it undid it to this.
You're wearing a hat today, and I thought you had your hair tied back. I just thought you let it loose.
Do you have no idea what our coworker looks like?
Like this, I have Jillian hair. You like it? It's my slutty hair.
My wife does stuff like that all the time. Like her hair's up, then it's released into this, and then it can be curly, it can be a fro.
Release the hair!
It'll change 5 or 6 times in a day, so that stuff doesn't faze me. It can go up and down, around, bigger, smaller,
but
twisty.
Is it real hair?
Yeah.
Then it can't do that.
Yeah, look, anyway. All right, let's go back to Michael Jackson. And in fact, he doesn't have sunscreen at Neverland Ranch.
Now, why would a guy with that pasty white of skin not have sunscreen?
Exactly. Here's the deal. Our friend from Celebrity Justice, Harvey Levin. Levin. Right. Jack, we can't go to a break already. We haven't even talked to him yet. How is this possible?
Man.
How is this possible?
But
Harvey?
Hi, Harvey.
You won't believe this, but Jack is telling us we have to take another break.
Oh, jeez.
And I really want to talk about why the Neverland Ranch doesn't have sunscreen.
And I want to talk about Courtney Love.
Yeah.
What's the other big one? There's a really
Kobe.
good one. Kobe.
Oh, Kobe. Let me tell you, Kobe is something. No.
There's a tease right there.
Guys, I read a 75-page secret transcript of something that the court reporter accidentally sent to us, we're trying to get this thing public. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because right now it's not allowed to be. But they're trying to come to a compromise, right? So
the Supreme Court justice told the judge basically he's wrong and he should reconsider it. But I'm telling you, it's really incredible.
Well, what's it kind of about?
It's kind of about it's kind of about her sexual activity.
Oh.
Of which there was lots before and after.
Well, there I can't say anything or else I'm going to be thrown in jail, and you don't want that, do you guys?
Okay.
No, I'll bail you out, dude.
Cough,
yeah, right.
But cough once if the answer is yes, she had a lot of sex.
I'm not going to say anything. You know what? You're no Woodward and you're no Bernstein.
Well, you're no Deep Throat. But I hear... No,
don't.
And you're no... What was the president thing? You're no... Something during the presidential debate?
He is a friend of mine, and you're no...
Kennedy.
What's his face?
John Kennedy.
Yeah, you're no John Kennedy. It took me an hour to get to it. But anyway, hey, okay, poor Harvey. Harvey Levin from Celebrity Justice is going to give us all the lowdown, right?
I know, but you said we're going to have more with Harvey Levin, which implies we've had some already.
Harvey, thank you so much. We're so
You're
sorry.
really nice and patient. Thank you.
No problem, guys.
Okay,
I love you guys. I really do.
We love you.
Yeah, we really do.
So,
hey, didn't you date like Lara Scott or something?
Huh? Oh, I think somebody...
Carlos.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's the truth.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so when can we see Celebrity Justice?
11th. Thank you for asking that. 11:30 Monday through Friday nights on KCAL 9.
Very nice.
All right. Now, what story would you say that you've got either the most details on or is the juiciest and most interesting?
Well, I mean, have you guys been following this Catherine Zeta-Jones Michael Douglas case?
The stalker?
It's really incredible. You know, they're going to be in court this morning. I mean, it's so serious that the two of them are going to court to testify. The woman they say is stalking and threatening her, has literally made this a world campaign, and it's really, really serious and really crazy. And this woman has a fiance. She's educated. I mean, it's not one of these fringe people that kind of like sits in an apartment all day long and puts pictures of Michael Douglas up on a wall. I mean, it's a functioning human being.
Really? That's what you never hear about that.
I like that.
And you know what? And the same thing with Britney Spears. There's this guy named Shizawa. He's a Japanese businessman, a multimillionaire. The cops tell us in every area of his life, he's not only normal, but he's brilliant. And he's a functioning human being who believes that Britney Spears is destined for him. He has followed her all around the world, showed up at her house. He's suing the LAPD for keeping him away from her. He thinks that Britney is giving him signals with her hairstyles. I mean, and it's just this one area of his life where he's completely off.
Jamie, what signal you giving out today?
I'm trampy.
No, I said today.
Right. Really trampy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. And so to go back to that, what?
Crazy Joey's taking notes about your trampy today.
But you know what? I mean, Joey...
See, not a functioning human being.
Yeah, Joey's not functioning, and he just wrote me letters. But, I mean, these people are, they make earn a paycheck, and that's what's terrifying.
It's and this Catherine Zeta-Jones one is really incredible. I mean, she apparently thinks, or allegedly thinks, that Catherine is standing in the way of her relationship with Michael.
What does her fiance say?
You know what? He's standing by her.
Okay, well then they're not normal.
What's so weird about this? He's showing up in court. He's standing by her. It's bizarre.
Well, if she's so normal, doesn't she think possibly the fact that she's engaged is standing in the way of her relationship with Michael?
One would think.
One would.
Well, did she have an affair with him at one point or something?
No, it's not Fatal Attraction.
Well, I don't, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense about it.
No. It's completely made up. It is completely... Listen, we did a story, and I'm blanking now on who it is, but it was a famous singing star, and I'll probably remember it in a second.
Ricky Martin.
No, it's a woman, and there was a guy who was just stalking her, and his wife was helping, was buying her husband plane tickets because she felt that if he got it out of his system, he'd be back to normal.
Wow, that's dedication.
It's bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So back to real quick to Kobe. Don't go to anything that you're going to get in any trouble for. But what can we?
You
what
don't
is
really
it
mean that, Danny.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Because I know you're a pro
Well,
and you're
because
not gonna.
she is allowed now, or not she is. They now can disclose to the jury, 72 hours after she was with him?
Yeah, I mean, what the judge said is they can disclose in the days before and after any sexual conduct that this woman may have had for two reasons. One, because she did have minor injuries when she had her rape exam, and any sexual activity outside of Kobe Bryant could explain the injuries.
Right.
And secondly, it goes to her credibility. And especially if she had sex afterwards, it's not typically what a traumatized person would do.
Right.
Hours after an encounter like
Except
that.
for if you go maybe to your boyfriend to try to forget it or something.
Well, you know what? And you can make that argument. The issue is it relevant for the jury to consider in the mix of things?
Because sometimes I have a hangover, but then I do the hair of the dog thing.
Right. This is a little different, I think.
I never really heard it put that way, but that's interesting, Jamie.
This makes me nervous, but has the defense ever mentioned that Kobe Bryant is gigantic and that you could have suffered minor tearing during consensual sex?
I haven't seen anything like that in the transcripts, Danny.
I don't think they did measurements.
Well, just look at the guy.
Well, no, I'll tell you what. And I'm not trying to make light of this, but apparently at a party a week after this incident, she had made reference to something like that to friends at a party.
Yeah.
And again, further, just evidence that the defense wants to submit showing that she wasn't all that traumatized.
I have a question. They photographed Michael Jackson's genitalia. Why didn't they photograph Kobe's?
Well, I'll tell you something, and this is, again, I can't get into this, but it's so relevant. I can tell you something. Kobe Bryant also submitted to a male rape exam, and what they do is they test them, and I can't get.
They watch pornos or something.
No.
And sees if they get. No, I heard this. Really, this is the truth. I heard that with this guy on 48 hours or whatever. What they did, what part of their deal was, they show women being attacked or whatever to see if it got that person aroused.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
That's not what I'm getting at here. I can't really get into it. All I can say is that we are really fighting. We went to the U.S. Supreme Court. We're asking the Supreme Court to allow us to disclose this stuff. Right. And I'm telling you that I will be back on your show talking about this because some of it's really startling.
Okay, well, stay cool about it until then.
And thank you again for being so patient. We really do appreciate it.
I love your show, guys.
And then finally, last, Courtney Love.
Wow.
What a train wreck.
Yeah.
Jamie, you'll love this. And I've forgotten the name of the person, but there's a designer that Winona Ryder wore.
Marc Jacobs.
Marc Jacobs.
Yeah.
Marc Jacobs. So she was tried in Beverly Hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, Courtney Love shows up in Beverly Hills court, and guess what? She's wearing Marc Jacobs, and she's making jokes about it's what famous, starlets wear in Beverly Hills court. It is just crazy. It's like it's a Groundhog's Day. Courtney Love is in court every single day.
I like her.
But poor Marc Jacobs. I mean, he's a cool designer. Now he's got his name with jail wear.
Designer to the felons.
But at least it's Beverly Hills court.
Right, exactly. It makes it more
It's
fashionable.
not like she's going to Van Nuys where they make me go.
All right, Harvey, thank you so much. We really, really do appreciate it.
And when can we see Celebrity Justice?
Danny, 11:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, KCAL 9.
Thank you.
Awesome. We will talk to you again soon, okay?
Okay, guys.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Do we all get how done Kobe's accuser is?
Yeah.
I can't believe she just doesn't
And
pull out now.
Harvey playing right there on the fringe. Like that. I like about him.
Yeah. I don't want to shine too much of a spotlight on that, but
that was pretty cool. Thank you so much to him. All right.
And
so
Celebrity Justice.
As soon as we get more details and as soon as the Supreme Court allows Harvey to say more, I'm sure that he will. And hopefully.
Doesn't that make him sound